Okay, go, Mommy. Put the mask on. No, you gotta wear it on, honey.
No, you gotta keep it on.
What's wrong?
I thought I was in trouble.
You're not in trouble. Why'd you think you were in trouble?
I don't know.
For what? What did you think you were in trouble for?
I didn't do anything.
I know you didn't do anything, honey. What'd you think you were in trouble for? Was it the mask?
Yeah.
Yeah, you tried to not wear a mask? Because you don't like them. They hurt your head, right?
There's a special place in hell for these people who have done this to this man's daughter.
The concerned parent says a teacher tied a mask around the face of his special needs daughter.
The mask was quite tight on her face, which was, of course, obstructing her ability to speak and her ability to breathe.
Well, that father is blaming the school mask mandates for his daughter Sophia's suffering.
Fox 35's Holly Bristow spoke with him today, and Holly, he's hoping change comes as a result of what happened to his daughter.
He certainly is, and tonight he tells me that he's speaking out in hopes that this does not happen to another special needs child. He tells me his daughter with Down syndrome is non-communicative and was unable to tell her parents that this was even happening.
Yes, sir. I 100% agree that you have
And this final shot are parents and kids in front of the Boise Capitol burning masks during the pandemic. Welcome back, everybody. This morning in the House State Affairs Committee, everyone's favorite committee, the mask mandate bill was back. And as one legislator sat there behind the dais saying that she was sick of seeing this bill, we thought we passed this already. We're sick of seeing it too. This morning, I had the pleasure to testify as well, and I did so remotely from the studio here, and that was great because what I had done, we posted on the Telegram channel there that sent in some written testimony. And along with your signatures, over 1,400 signatures that came in on this particular issue to go along with the 1,800 that we had back in 2022 on this issue. And when you watch that footage of those kids, just the kids alone that had to deal with these mask mandates, and I know most of those videos were not from Idaho, but it happened here in Idaho. I had to send my child to public school kindergarten, wearing a mask, and it was horrible. It was horrible. They would not let him go in unless he had a mask, and so it was such a disturbing time. Such a disturbing time. There was even a story we were trying to find a written copy of the story about a middle school that when certain kids at the middle school, certain kids decided that they would protest wearing a mask. And they were all quarantined in a room and kept there against their will and said, you cannot be in your class. You cannot go walk around the school. And it was done in a middle school in my school district. And so the people have had enough. The people have had enough. And yeah, so let's break down this hearing this morning. It's a disturbing issue, folks. It's a disturbing issue. But Representative Rob Beiswinger, it was his turn to carry this bill in committee, and we'll get to his closing remarks here in a bit. But the interesting thing about some of the questions that were asked of him begin with Representative Todd Achilles. I just want to play a little bit of this. So let's roll this real quick.
Bill.
Representative Beiswinger.
Mr. Chairman, thank you, Representative Achilles. No, I've not, and I am not.
Oh, I think we need to back it up
Mr.
here.
Chairman, Representative Beiswinger. Mr. Chairman, Representative Beiswinger, are you an epidemiologist, or do you consult with any epidemiologists or public health officials in writing this bill?
Representative Beiswinger.
Mr. Chairman, thank you, Representative Achilles. No, I've not, and I am not. So.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Follow up.
That question, folks, that question is like from 2020. Are you a scientist? Are you an epidemiologist? Like, how many times have we seen the reports come out? I mean, where does this representative live? These people are stuck. They are stuck in 2020. Some of them still walk around wearing masks. Some of them still are driving cars alone wearing masks, right? It's incredible that question keeps popping up, especially when we have, where did it go? Pull it up here, the report. We have the COVID pandemic report. This is the COVID pandemic report that was released in December 4th, 2024. This is the after action review. This thing is over 500 pages long, and there are about 10 or 11 pages in here that are devoted specifically to masks, to masking. And their findings in here, which are marked in green, if you cycle through here, you can go through here. There's one in green. It says public health officials flip-flopping on the efficacy and use of face masks without full scientific transparency caused mistrust in public health establishments, right? The final finding in this report dealt with the videos that we just saw in the beginning here. Forcibly masking young children ages 2 and older caused more harm than good. More harm than good. Okay? We're done with the masks. We're done with the masks. Yet, even after all of this, even after the precious New York Times publishes a study that said masks didn't do anything. I mean, look at that chart right there. We've pointed out on this chart that high spike of those are daily cases. The rate of daily cases, right? However you want to say it. The top of the spike right there, the big one, is in places that had a mask mandate. And the orange are places that didn't have a mask mandate. So while that particular date right there saw a huge increase in daily doses or daily cases of COVID, it didn't matter whether you were wearing a mask or not. And according to that chart, if there was a mask mandate, it was worse. So after all of this, and I'm sick, we are just so sick and tired of litigating this. But after all of this, when a bill finally comes forward that says you got it wrong, health districts, you got it wrong, school districts, you got it wrong, city councils, you got it wrong, county officials, you got it wrong, judges, you got it wrong. They still show up with their representatives and say what this woman said here. Kelly Packard, who represents the cities or something. Let's watch her.
Your local electeds aren't out to harm their residents by throwing them in jail for a mask mandate or for trying to or in violation of something that none of us knew how to handle. They're simply trying their best to manage a very chaotic and uncertain circumstance, an emergency. And that's why we're asking that you allow them the tools to do that. Again, I think that you're going to find.
Now, let's get out of this. The reason why we're showing that particular clip is because that's Kelly Packard of the, what was the name of it again? The Association of Idaho Cities. That was her last session. And we decided to show last year's clip because she had the exact same argument this year. It's the same thing. So she's representing a place called the Association of Idaho Cities, Kelly Packard. She's also a former legislator. But she's representing the Association of Idaho Cities. And if we have that website, let's bring that up. What apparently this is this is a nonprofit organization. This is a nonprofit organization that that go to the front page here, and then we'll go to their partners. But this is a nonprofit organization that says we're here to provide resources. We're here to just sort of unite. It's almost like a union for cities and city officials and stuff, right? And so they have all of these resources, all of these things, and they speak with one voice and all this stuff. It's very, very collectivist mentality. It's ridiculous. But what's fascinating about this? What's fascinating about this is that over at the affiliate side, right, you could become an affiliate. And what does that mean? What does that mean? Look at all these partners. Scroll down here. Here's your title partner, which is iCrimp, right? Your premier level. All these people here donate money. Blue Cross of Idaho. Idaho Central Credit Union, Blue Cross of Idaho. Again, they want to be two different tiers. Another another health thing. I mean, all of these banks, these insurance companies, power companies, just these big corporations, Zion's Bank, all of these things pay money. And what do they pay money for? Let's go to the breakdown. Look at this this PDF here. Let's go to the AIC PDF. And this here will show you, here's their partner program, right? This tells you your membership benefits, not the members of the cities, but the membership if you're a company. And if you're a company, you get to go on to this, you get to pay money and partner with the AIC and get all these perks and benefits. And all these perks and benefits, that the highest one is $40,000 for the year. And all of these things allow you access. They allow you access to your city officials. You get invited to dinners and parties. You get resources. You get all this sort. It's basically access. You're basically paying for access, right? So if you're one of those, Blue Cross Blue Shield, those banks, those health companies, you get to pay to access. Do you have that kind of access as a city person? Do you just get your 3 minutes when you show up for public comment? Right? Is that it? You just get your 3 minutes, or you get to write a letter, or you get to try and bump into them on the street and have them go, oh, right? Or do you get the kind of access that all those companies do through this nonprofit organization, who then sends people down to the Capitol and says, we need the power to mask the people, because what if we don't know what's coming? We don't know what's coming. We need the power to put masks on your children. We need that. We still need that kind of power. After everything we've gone through, you saw those children. Those kids are your kids. You have your own experiences. You have your own experiences of what happened, right? I have mine. My friends have theirs. And here we are once again. So this bill's going to go through the House. It's going to get through. And the Senate, you will not ignore this. You will pass it. You will pass it. And it will become law. And this is going to be the tool that when you show up to your city council, you say, you will not do this. You will tell your school districts, you will not do this. And there will be accountability. There will be accountability. I'm not messing around. When Representative Josh Tanner stands up there and says, hey, everybody, Fauci's pardon, that's not valid in Idaho. We're not going away, folks. It's a new day. It is a new day. An absolutely new day. There it is. There's the petition. Thank you for keeping me on track here. Cycle through this. I want to show you all the names. This is the most latest one. Page after page. We sent this into the committee this morning. We sent it to Representative Beiswinger and Senator Brian Lenny, who's going to carry it on the Senate side. But these are all the names so far. Not all of them. I don't even know if this PDF has all of them. There was a size limit of the thing we could upload. So there it is. It just keeps going. We're not stopping. So leave us a comment. Are we on the right track here? Give me a comment. Leave a voicemail. You see the phone number down at the bottom, 208-402-4915. Well, we got a voicemail earlier today, or we're going to play later today. We got a voicemail over the weekend that we're going to play that speaks generally to this larger issue here. So yeah, folks, we're not stopping. We had some other footage from this hearing, I think. Let's have Representative Beiswinger bring it home. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. I'd like your green light on this bill. It's really a simple bill. It really, I think, as kind of Representative Barbieri referenced, it makes this really a better situation for everyone. City officials who I assume are not also epidemiologists or doctors or scientists, or most of them, city officials still come forward. They can get advice. They're getting fed information. They can come back to us and say, hey, citizens, we think you should do X, Y, or Z. We recommend you do X, Y, or Z. This bill simply says we're not going to throw them in jail. We're not going to give them prohibitive fines for it. It just takes the rights back to the citizens, and government can still have its function of trying to help us. They can try and protect us and all those things, but as we saw, they were wrong then, and we need to protect ourselves going forward. And I urge a green light on this bill.
Thank you, Representative. Are there questions for the representative? Seeing none, House Bill 32 is proper.
And it did. It sailed through. Jenny says, hate the masks. Yes, don't let it go. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you. You're a patriot. Fantastic. Well, it got over the next hurdle, so which we knew it would. It sailed through state affairs on a party line vote. The 2 Democrats voted against it. What is it with Democrats and these masks, man? I don't get it. Like, I have so much disrespect. How do you watch that video? Sorry. How do you watch those kids and say, sorry. But my cousin's autoimmune. And so, and the masks don't even work.